Greetings, welcoming you all to the today's session on electrical energy sources. We know that electricity is the necessity of invention, because this is one of the widest invention. Because after this invention only large development starts happening in the human life. In this electrical energy sources, there are multiple sources are available in this real world. In this session we are going to discussing on different energy sources and how our India is utilizing all those energy resources, and the energy statistics we are going to discuss in this session. Let us welcoming you all. Electrical energy sources, if you consider the electrical energy sources, we can easily categorize this energy sources into two major categories. One is based on the traditional use, and the another one is based on the long term availability. If you see the electrical energy sources based on the traditional use, we can categorize the energy sources as conventional energy sources and non-conventional energy sources. If it is a conventional energy sources, this is the traditional way of generating the electricity that is happening for over the period of 100 years or 200 years. So, in the days before, we largely dependent on this traditional way of using the energy, but the limitation of this energy resources are they are all causing pollution to the environment. That is the greatest impact which is creating by this traditional way of energy sources. To overcome that, there comes the energy sources that you are using in day to day life on nowadays, that is the non-conventional energy sources. When compared to the conventional energy sources, this non-conventional energy sources are not causing any impact to the environment. So, as in the progressing slide we will discuss on its impact and how much it can reduce the pollution and all. So, majorly it is categorized into conventional, non-conventional, traditional, and then based on long term availability we can categorize as renewable energy and then non-renewable energy. Renewable energy in the sense means the energy that can be used for again and again in over the period of time, that is which is available abundant in the world. That is what we categorize as renewable and non-renewable energy sources. Apart from that, to get into depth about this category of energy sources, this is further categorized into, as I already discussed, conventional and non-conventionals are available. Conventional can be further categorized as non-commercial sources and then commercial sources. So, non-commercial in the sources means there are the sources that can be used, but most of the case we are not normally dependent on these kind of resources. These non-commercial sources are based on the firewood and then waste or vegetation and then cloth. So, the dependency of these sources are very less when compared to the commercial sources. These commercial sources we are widely depending on as on date. In India, as you see the statistics and all, this commercial sources plays a vital role. Still it is ruling the energy generation and the energy utilization. As on date, when you are seeing the statistics, the utilization of this energy sources has been come down, but still now these are the resources we are using it for a larger period of time, and then the sources utilization also very high. If you see the different categories, it is categorized as the coal, petroleum, natural gas, thermal energy, atomic energy, hydroelectricity, heavy water and others. When you see the commercial resources and all these sources are mainly based on that natural availability. That means from the earthen we can take the petroleum, natural gas, and then raw coals are available. If you see each and every category in coal type of energy sources, coal which is available abundant in the available in the real world, but the limitation is coal causes lot of hazards to the environment. When you are burning the coal, it causes impact to the greenhouse gases. So, that is what the greatest impact, but still now the coal type of energy generation is the percentage level, if you seeing on, this is the widely used energy source as of now. The petroleum, natural gas, thermal energy, in all those sources we are mainly depending on the heat and then the gas formation available in the earthen crust. So, these energies, even though it is proven that is the highest impact on producing the electricity, it causes lot of impact to the environment. To overcome that, it comes the non-conventional energy sources. Non-conventional means traditionally we focused on these resources. To overcome this all those problem and all, that it comes the non-conventional energy sources. The main different types of sources availability are solar energy, wind energy, hydrogenic energy, oceanic energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy and then tidal energy. when you are concentrating on this non-conventional energy sources, these sources, the impact which is caused by the by these resources to the environment is very very less rather than your traditional use of energy sources. When you are seeing the different types, the solar and the wind plays a very crucial role in real world as of now, because in all over the sectors this solar and wind are start existing on, and it replacing the utilization of the thermal energy or coal energy. And then hydrogenic energy, this is the future technology that is working on based on the hydrogen. That means the hydrogen fuels and all we are start using it in the vehicles. When the utilization of resources in hydrogens and all, if you reduce out that, automatically the impact for the environment gets drastically comes down. And then oceanic energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy, and then tidal energy. Oceanic means based on the tides. The oceanic tides, through oceanic tides we can generate the electricity which are not causing any impact to that environment, and it causes 0%, that means 0% of error to the environment. And then geothermal, it is based on the earthen crust. In the earthen crust, because of that gravity and all, there are high heats are available. So by utilizing that high heat and all, we can generate the electricity. And then biomass energy, biomass means from the vegetation, or we can use that waste materials that we can with the help of the bacteria and all, we can bring it as a useful material and we can utilize that. The last one is the tidal energy. So through the wind, tides and all, we can generate the electricity. So the impact of this commercial sources to the environment has been drastically reduced with the help of this non-conventional energy sources. So the same category was represented in a different segment, availability and then traditional use, long term availability based on commercial application. So based on the origin, all these sources can be categorized as fossil, coal, oil, natural gas, biomass, and then geothermal, ocean thermal. And in addition to that, the main sources we are right now depending on is the nuclear, solar, HEP, and then tidal, and then fuel cells. So these are the normally commercial users we are start utilizing for larger scale as on date. And to comparatively stating it on conventional with the non-conventional energy sources with respect to the availability, which is very limited. Conventional sources, the coal, thermal and all are available very limited. When case of non-conventional, it is available abundant in the real world, that we can use it for any amount of time. And then cost wise, this one is lower. Traditional use of power is lower, but when compared to the non-conventional, it is very higher. Running cost also, when you see the running cost, that means we can say it is a payback period. When you see the payback period, it has the higher impact, but in case of non-conventional energy sources, the utilization is the cost is very less. Pollution, as we said that the main reason for we to focusing on the non-conventional energy sources is that zero emissions to the environment. That is the greatest thing which are the world is looking for. And then technology maturity, it is already established, but this is right now evolving on day by day. The utilization of energy is also getting increasing, and the technology also improving on day to day life. Reliability, it is consistent, which is available 24/7, but the sources are limited. But if you see this non-conventional energy source, it is weather dependent, but even though it is weather dependent, with the help of battery technology and all, we can store the energy and we can utilize it in later point of time. So this would be the statistics. If you see the statistics over here, the electricity available as on date is 61% still we are now depending on the coal. Earlier we are depending on 85% to 90% based on the coal source of energy sources, but nowadays it starts coming down. With the advent of this renewable energy sources, it covers nearly 13%, and then hydroelectric 15%, and then natural gases are 9%. Nuclear, which are right now we are start utilizing it on, it covers the 9%, it covers the some 5% of energy sources out of the 100 scale. And then if you see the percentage wise calculation, as on date of 31 August 2024, this would be the scenario. Coal 48, it drastically comes down. Earlier it was 61 in the mid of 2010 and 2015. This would be happen in the year of 2024. Coal comes down to 48%, and then solar, the use of solar gets dramatically increased, 19% of utilization of overall power production, wind 10%, biopower 2.43%, nuclear 1.81, and then hydro 10.41. So if this scenario gets keep on increasing, after 5 to 10 years this scale will gets increased a lot, and then the coal usage comes down. This would be the only thing we need to concentrate as on date, because the whole world is looking for the good year. in India, especially if you take the New Delhi and all, the pollution levels are day to day increasing on. To avoid all those things, this will be the only thing we need to concentrate on. The whole world is focusing on that renewable energy sources. Let's plan that we have to start utilizing the renewable energy sources for all electrical sources. And the another statistics, this is the future, that means how we have to, if the progress is happening on, let's see how it can be happen on. In 2010, 16% renewables are used as on 2010, 20 it is reduced to 23%, and in case of if the progressing is keep on goes on, in 2030 we expect that nearly 50% of energy sources are mainly based on renewable energy sources. So the point is, in electrical energy sources, renewable sources plays a very key role for the environment. Shall we start working on with the renewable energy sources?